Here is a scenario. You suddenly open your eyes and find yourself in the middle of the ocean. You look around you and there's nothing but sea. No land, no obvious reference points. You float there in its vast infinity. You feel like something might be deep beneath you, but the water is too dark and you need to focus on swimming. Are you feeling uncomfortable? Then maybe you have thalassophobia, the fear of the deep, or deep bodies of water. Now this phobia kinda makes sense, as there are dangerous things in the water and we naturally tend to react with fear when we don't know something. But today I'm focusing on the ones that don't make any sense. Have you ever thought about going insane and how much that would really ruin all the opportunities currently in life? And how that would just put you into an experience worse than death when your sense of reality dies and you're forever stuck in your own mind? If you think about it regularly and actively try to make sure it does not happen, you might be experiencing dementophobia, the fear of madness or going insane. But honestly, I feel like this fear is kind of a full circle, because the more you think about not going insane can kind of drive you mad, which would lead to insanity, which would kind of lead to, I guess, a deeper insanity because you're multiplying it with fear. But that's just my thoughts. Anyways, hey, look at that. It's the Lord of the Rings trilogy in one book. It's pretty big. Nothing really weird about it. Now, if you had bibliophobia, the intense fear of books, this would be like seeing a picture of your mother in a highly revealing fashion. And being in a library would be the equivalent of being in the room where that photo was taken. But this is all an analogy, of course, because your mother is far too fat to be able to fit in a photo. I apologize. This next fear is one I think the majority of people who play a certain game may have. Ablutophobia, the fear of bathing. Mostly stems from children gaining a great amount of anxiety from bathing, or just the whole player base of League of Legends. Quick crash course, but the main component of your fear response in the brain is the almond of despair, the amygdala. No, not that one, this little guy. Here's one of the main factors in how your brain responds to fear or anxiety. If this thing is enlarged or hyperactive, aka its activities not being correctly regulated, you can get anxiety disorders. Normally, it works in tandem with many areas in the brain to help regulate how your brain gets you out of moments where it feels threatened. So if this thing activates too much around a specific thing or activity that the brain normally would categorize as not threatening, it would replace that item in the fear folder and you got a phobia. The more you know. Now back to more weird phobias. I know for a fact most of you watching this have this phobia. Agrostophobia. The intense fear of touching grass. The intense fear of grass. Here is a collage of images of grass for the specific purpose of giving people anxiety. Did you like that? Yeah, that was for the tryptophobia crowd instead. The fear is small clusters of holes or repetitive patterns. Finally, the last one I want to talk about is the fear of fear itself. And guess what it's called? Yeah, phobia, the fear of developing a phobia. I wonder who came up with that name. Probably the same person that came with the name of the fear of long words. And no, I'm not going to say it, but I am going to put it right here. So back to phobia. So by being afraid of developing a fear means that in theory you just developed a fear? Wait a minute. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of phobias out there. So much that this little slice of madness could go on forever. I fear your phobia. Fear of the infinity. Anyways, let me know down below what weird phobias you got. Mine is one shared by many law enforcement. Melanophobia, the fear of the color black.